Well, the day has finally come. I'm going to get these stupid little 16 934s off there and put these 18 4s on there. I am going to load it with calcium. I know it's going to eventually cost me a rim, but man, you want to stretch 80 horsepower out and do any kind of field work at all where you need torque, you're going to have to load your tires, run duals. I don't prefer adding wheel weights. I don't. It's harder on the axles. At least when they're loaded, it's all in the tire. Puts less stress on the axle. Yeah, eat your rim. I could have went out and spent, $2,000 aside on rim guard and whatever, but for a old Farmall 756 gas tractor, I'm good on that. I'll just load them, and when the rims ain't no good anymore, well, I'll buy new rims. Or maybe buy a new tractor. I don't know. All I know, those got to go. And they are road worn. Not this side so much, I don't think. Yeah, this is the bad side. Yeah, and that makes sense because that's your furrow wheel. So it's worn quite a bit, but it's also road hard and put away uneven, because when you go down the road on these right now, you're sitting there doing this, in 4 high, you're sitting there rocking. And I bought these tires at auction last year, WTC auction, and I paid $350 for the pair. And they're probably 35 to 40%, but man, there's no road wear on them at all. Yeah, you go down the road in these, you're going to be even Steven and smooth sailing. So, yep, we're going to go from this to this. And the 18434 is the proper tire that come out of the factory. I'm not saying it's the best tire to have on it. If this was a diesel, the 756 diesel with the German 310, I'd more than likely go step up rims or find new centers and go 18438s. But gas job, we can go 18434s and just go from there, and that'll work. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this pull type spreader I bought about 8-9 years ago. It's an SP150, holds about, 450 pounds. I like it because at the time I was hot and heavy into food plotting, and this has really come in handy over the years. I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, I'm not even going to hesitate. Do not buy one of these. This is an Agrex SP150. Okay. The irony of it all is they still sell these, but you cannot get parts for them, okay? That's a new tire, new rim, new bushings, and that's not. That's actually the drive tire and rim. It's ground driven, obviously, without a PTO, but anyways. So yesterday I went to Tractor Supply. That's a 3/4 inch shaft. I bought a wheel with 3/4 inch bushings. Got home, they didn't fit. Oh, nice. So I had to take and cut right down through the center of the bushing so it would open up. And then I had to grind down the OD so that the bushing would fit inside the wheel once it was opened up more on the shaft. So it's rigged. I'm not even going to joke. I got grease in there. I got fifth wheel lube in there. It's going to hold maybe for what I use it for, but when I found out you couldn't get wheels and rims for these, I'm out. So I'm giving these guys a reverse shout out. Sue me. I paid good money for this. Delivered, I think it was about $750 for the little teeny weeny spreader. But again, it comes in handy. There are other companies that make similar pull type spreaders. When you go to buy one of these, you ask aggressively about parts. Oh yeah, you get parts. First thing that's going to rot out on these pull types, it's the rims. The lowest thing, man. Everything falls to the bottom. In the Army, in the military, in the Air Force, we used to say, it rolls downhill, and it certainly does here too. When that one goes, I'm going to have something machined or welded into a new rim so that I can bolt it. You can see there's a bolt right there that actually is the driving force for the ground-driven spreader. So not real happy overall with it. You know, if it rotted out due to fertilizer or lime or anything like that, that'd be one thing. But to not be able to call the company or a company up and just order a new tire, rim, and the whole 9 yards and have it sent to the house and slap it on there and plug and play and go on to the more important topics at hand, it's just cheesy. So yeah, I'm not happy. Got Mike over there working on the 756. He's put tires I bought at WTC auction almost 2 years ago now, and they've been leaning up against that grain drill for about a year or however long I've had it. But anyways, I'm angry, so I'm venting. And I will say one thing good about it, like see how it's doing a little bit of a wheelie here. I can adjust that bar and it'll flatten everything right out, so it will still spread flat. So that's a nice aspect. Other than that, you can't get parts. Been a good spreader until I needed parts. So here's your difference in height. You got an 18.4 and a 16.9, and I'm talking, what would you call that? Good 2 to 3 inches. I mean, just looking at them. Now some of that's tread wear, but still there's at least 2 inches higher on the 18.4. So that's the 16.9. It was 13 inches off the rim.
You're almost 14. You're an inch different.
Oh, only an inch different. Okay. Boy, it looks like a lot more. Well, there's a hydraulic bead breaker. It's pushing.
That's more air.
Yeah. She broke. They want to float down the creek in some old tubes. Woo, crusty, crusty. Wow. Guessing they've been in that rim a while. Went ahead and fixed this. Had just a little bit of rust working around it. That'll be fine. That'll work. I'll throw some, we call it silo paint over it, and it'll look good enough. 3 1/4 inch axle. I think I'm going to throw some duals on it. Find me some, I don't know, 9 bolt or 10 bolt hubs and some rims and tires to go with it, and I don't know, have fun. Now, this is how fast I can change my mind. I chose not to load these. I can do beet juice or rim guard for $700 will cover both tires, so $350 a side will cover both, you know. And I'm just, it's like I said, you know, I told him, I was like, you know, if this was a 756 diesel German 310, I knew I was keeping it for the rest of my life. Man, there's beet juice in there already. End of story. but I didn't load them. They're not loaded. The rims will be good forever now, for the most part. And let's see how these tires roll going down the road. Yeah, it does feel a little bit different without even being in any... Who did that? Blame a viewer. Alright. Well, I'm in low 4 right now. Direct drive. There's no rocking and rolling. That's for sure. With them old skins on there, man. Yeah, Larry, that's for you. I said skins. And you rocked back and forth. You didn't dare go in high 4. You know, high 2 was about it, or you were gonna get bucked right off the tracks. So we'll head up the road here and see what happens. Feels like the, I know it's not, but it almost feels like the front end nose down a little bit, but I think what it is, I'm so used to driving it slightly nose up that now that it's level, it just seems like that. We'll get it up here, we'll get it in high gear. So I shifted up into high 2. 0 rocking, 0 rolling. Even in this gear with the old tires, I was kind of okay. There was a slight thump every time it hit a certain spot on the one tire. And I've already sold those tires, so if somebody wants them, they're already sold and gone. But yeah, these are definitely rolling better. Alright, so this is a pretty good flat. Test her out, really. Right to 4. I'm not full throttle. Oh, some bouncing. Instead of side to side, now it, well, no, it evened out. It just needed to catch up to itself. Yeah, when it took off, initially bounced. But no, I'm happy with that, for sure.